Welcome back to the Cleveland Browns 0-16 rebuild, everybody. We open today's episode with the NFL Draft. I split up the offseason into separate videos because I just talked too long and made the video too long. So I broke it up, and we're going to get into the draft and then some preseason stuff afterwards, getting us ready for the next season of the series. So with that, we are on to the NFL Draft. It's time, once again, to go through and select the next round of Cleveland Browns. I feel pretty good about this offseason so far, and I think that with a good draft here, we can set ourselves up for success in the 2021 season. So let's go. We pick at 14, I believe, and then we have an extra 2 and 2 extra 4s. Let's start. The Buccaneers lead us off, and they open up the draft by selecting the top receiver, Perella. Now, I want a tackle. Actually, it's not as good as I remember. Might be getting it mixed up with my Bears franchise on my main channel, but there are still some good players here. Darren Owens, my favorite, mid-first round prospect, early second round talent. I really hope he's there. I might be willing to trade up a little bit. There's also Robert Simmons from Nebraska, who is a early first round talent and projected there. So you have to think Simmons goes before Owens. A couple corners go off the board, so does the top middle linebacker. There's a running back now to Indy as we close in on our pick. There goes a quarterback, a defensive tackle. This is great. Marshall, one of the only good defensive tackles that I scouted in this class. And there goes Simmons. And we are just a few picks from us. What would it take to ensure we can get there? We need this pick. A 6 won't quite do it. The Falcons have one of their top needs as a tackle, so I really want to get this trade done. I'll go a 7 this year and a 6 next year. Now, you might say that's bad to trade up like that. I've seen some stuff happen in here, and I don't want to miss out when there's only really one solution to my problem. So, we're going to the draft, a left tackle. Darren Owens, mid-first round talent, early second round prospect. Maybe he would have been there when we selected. I don't know. But now I don't have to worry about it. There we go. 19th in true talent. Very good pass blocker. He's exactly what I was looking for. He can be our franchise left tackle in the post-Joe Thomas era. The Falcons end up going quarterback. So I guess the Matt Ryan thing is not working out for them. And now we don't pick until the middle of the second round. Pick number 46 overall. Here we go. We've taken care of our biggest need, and now we can attack other positions. Here's the draft board at this point. Still some good tackles out there, but I had to get the best one. So what do we do now? Ladarius Cleveland doesn't have a very good top 3, especially not seeing block shed there. It has him as a late second round prospect. There just aren't a lot of second round prospects here that I have on my board. Here's a look. Many tackles, and then a lot of mid-round picks. Just didn't find a lot toward the top of the board that I like very much. I like this offer here from Oakland. Let's trade down here in the second round and get their 3rd and 6th round selections. I obviously like the middle of this draft a lot more than the tops, so we'll just go down, a handful of spots. And oh, they traded up to get Cleveland, and I might have taken him if he was still here at 56. But now I'll go in a different direction. There is just not much to like here, so I'm going to trade down again and instead acquire a second round pick for the future. I've gotten a lot of future picks in this series because in this range I don't always see players that I want to draft. I still have another second round pick too, down here at 63. It looks like he is the best running back available, and I believe enough in the talent. Maybe he has slow development though, and that could be worrisome, but those top 3 skills are very good. The combine, while he doesn't have any standout traits, all of them are at least like average to above average. So let's go. Perry Foreman here, halfback out of Nebraska, is our second selection. He's 27th in true talent, 92 speed, 80 spin, 86 juke, and 76 overall. Has a few traits there for us. 89 elusiveness, not bad, and 74 route running. So I'm pretty happy with that, actually. Now it is the third round, and I'm starting to look at some of those mid-round picks that I like so much. We don't pick for another 17 selections after this and still have a bunch of fourth rounders to go through. So I'm kind of looking at the top players here, and a lot of times the CPU skips over players in this range. We know they're not very good. They have found that out as well. So it ultimately becomes, hey, here are the real top players at this position. And I'm just going to take him right now. He's going to be really good. Spencer Morris, A spec catch, B+ route running. I can't wait. Let's go. Quick development and 20th in true talent. That is exactly what you look for right there. Our receiving core is getting even better. How old is he? 23 years old. There is actually a third round prospect that I liked, and we had the 31st pick here in the third round. Best 40 went to Christian Haynes, who has B+ finesse moves. Combine not terrible, but some of those could have been better. We're going to make our second third round pick right here with quick development, 98th in true talent. Very close to where we actually selected him. We get some more pass rushing depth, and he has a couple traits to work with too. Like I've mentioned in the past, I don't like to do just like trade down a million times. I already did it enough, I think. I have 4 fourth rounders, 2 fifths. So I'm going to take some players. And there are a lot of fourth rounders that I liked. We're not waiting any longer on Tavares Hayden. This can be the game-changing class we need. Here we go. Superstar development for Tavares Hayden. 26th in true talent. Look at the finesse moves already. Wow, our pass rushing depth is unbelievable, and look at that long list of traits. Now let's look at getting some offensive line depth, and Dylan Finley had the best bench to go with A- impact block. I can't wait to see what that number is. A- is impressive to see. Quick development. This is already like our best development-based class we've had. 90 impacts, 91 strength, and starting potential. And if we want a good backup tackle, C+ here across the board can be good. Strength should be adequate. It was a good bench. 85 strength, exactly what I'm looking for there. Kirk Wint from Virginia. This can be a good backup tackle for us. I'll just give this one up for a future 3. I don't need this fourth round pick, and that gives us 9 selections now for next year. So we already have a lot of picks this year, and we're set for next year as well. A couple 5s now to spend, and there are some 6th round prospects that I liked. Still 6 players on my board here. And here, I want to see where we're at for defensive tackle, because I'm worried about that for the future. And yeah, he's already like the best available or second best. So let's take Philip Chamberlain right here. Not sure he's going to be great, but I think he has the best chance. 289 in true talent. Yeah, not the best selection here. 67 overall. We're also going to look for some linebacker depth here. We signed a couple veterans, and we're going to select Tyree Fine, who's a 72 overall, very good in true talent. I like the speed and the hit power. Can he cover? He probably won't cover very well, but that's all right. Very good combine here for Trey Haynesworth. It might not be that fast, but I like his top 3. Let's select him here. 122 in true talent, another pretty good value for us. Nice depth at safety. We're going to take some chances now on some good athletes. We'll start with Jaden Myles here, a 66 overall running back. Not sure if he's going to make the team, but there aren't any players left on my draft board. Let's select Michael Silva here, a 73 overall tight end who's 33rd in true talent and has 80 run block. Come on now, there are tackles who don't have 80 run block here as rookies. What a lucky pick there. And that brings the draft to an end. We made a lot of selections. How many were there? Probably have to scroll a little ways here. Wow. A 12-player draft class here for the Cleveland Browns after a 7-win season. Hopefully this helps us get to the next level. We begin with Darren Owens, a left tackle who steps in for Joe Thomas. Then we give our backfield a boost with Perry Foreman. And then Spencer Morris, the receiver out of Penn State. He's going to be really good. A lot of good selections here, a lot of good value. And I can't wait to see where we go now. I expect us to be a lot better this season. I want the playoffs again. So here are the youngest players on our roster. Of course, most of them rookies. Not all of them, though. We have so many players, 25 and under, who could be cornerstones of this franchise. Look how far I scroll. How many players are 25 or younger? So many. We have a chance to really turn this team around. And look how young we've gotten. All these older players here, we signed him this year, signed him, just signed him again, just signed him. Like, our core is so young. Although, offensive line now is getting a little older. Now we're going to get on to the preseason, and I've made a couple moves here that I'll share. I signed some undrafted free agents that might have a chance to be on our practice squad this year. Here are the moves that we made, as I did re-sign Jabril Peppers back to the team. I moved Don Banks to left outside linebacker, moved Tavares Hayden to left end, as I hope we can play and sim everything in 4-3 this year. We have a lot of pass rush depth, and then I signed a handful of undrafted free agents here. I don't really sign a lot in this series because we already have such a young team and there isn't really room for a lot of undrafteds to actually make the team. And we already have pretty good depth, plus our players we signed out the practice squad from last year. It was hard to figure out defensive tackle this offseason, so I signed Duron Battle, who will probably go on the practice squad. We'll see. Usually these low to mid 70s will stay on your practice squad because there are just so many defensive tackles in that range that no one needs to sign one from you. Who else did I sign? There was Tyrone Graham, wide receiver from North Dakota. He's kind of on the borderline of if he would get signed out the practice squad or not, so I'd have to look at that. He's 22 years old. I like the skills here. Really great leaping ability. 76 route running, needs to go up, but definitely a lot to work with here, especially with the traits. Here is Bradley Byers from Wisconsin. Very good man coverage corner at 23 years old. And then Jordan Blankenship to back up the right outside linebacker spot, where we have Christian Kirksey continuing to start. So from there, I think we're about ready to go through some preseason stuff now and get us closer to the season beginning. So let's go. We go to overtime to beat the Eagles 13-7. Okay, now Anton Greenberry, his struggles began last year in the preseason. Starters don't play a lot in the first preseason game, but these numbers are at least adequate. Alex Smith, meanwhile, 178 yards on 39 pass attempts, 4.6 an attempt. Come on, everyone makes fun of Alex Smith for less yards per attempt than most quarterbacks, although he has been throwing the ball downfield a lot more, but that is just ridiculous. Perry Foreman here, 84 yards and a touchdown. Jabril Peppers still playing running back. I think I'll just keep him there. He's still just best there and is our third best running back, so I'll let him be third down back. I like that role, and kick returner. In our second game, we suffer an injury to Tyree Fine, one of my late round picks this year, so his preseason is over. Would have liked to get him a little more playing time here, get that XP and some stats. We do end up winning big though, 35-9. I have to think that Greenberry actually played well in this game, and he didn't do much. Where'd our touchdowns come from? Alex Smith. Okay, he did much better, 94% complete. Greenberry 52 with a pick. I really hope that Greenberry bounces back. This is not what's supposed to happen. Perry Foreman, 2.3 a carry here in 2 touchdowns. Parker Shaw, 3.9. Then Adam Humphries. He just keeps making plays. 2 touchdowns for him. How's that defense doing now? We getting some 4-3 sims at least? Sacks for Collins, Hayward, Body Calhoun, Kindred. Everyone's chipping in a little bit here. And then a pick for Antoine Bridges. In game 3, Greenberry does find the end zone a couple times, does get picked off again. Blake Bortles, 3 interceptions. That's what I want to see. Parker Shaw does get a touchdown in this game. Njoku and Bell find the end zone. How about defense? Who got those interceptions for us? Breanne Body Calhoun gets 2. Aaron Savage gets 1. Derek Kindred gets 1. How about sacks? 1 for Legit, Graham Hayward. I don't want to watch much of this fourth game. I just want to see a little offense here with Anton Greenberry before the season gets underway. I just want to see him play like the rookie version or the second-year version of him again. Here at the 19, Parker Shaw gets the carry, but he gets stuffed. Gain of 2. Coming off the Rookie of the Year performance. Hopefully he does a little more this year in terms of production. And there is Kyle Shanahan, our new head coach. Looks like going back to the running game here from the I formation. And it is Shaw right into a defender. No chance. Give me one more pass here, Greenberry, in the end zone. One more. Last play of your preseason. Don't take a safety. Greenberry outside, and there is Parker Shaw spinning upfield. Nice play there to get things ended. Greenberry just 3 of 7, and look who's there. It's Bill O'Brien. So the Browns end up going undefeated here in the preseason with new head coach Kyle Shanahan. Hopefully that success translates to the games that actually count. But it looks like we played pretty well this preseason, even if Anton Greenberry didn't put up big numbers yet. Alex Smith seemed to play well, though. Greenberry, again, just 3 of 7 in this game. On the ground, Perry Foreman, 66 yards. We're just not getting a lot of rushing production. And look who scores again, Adam Humphries. Anything on defense to look at here? We do have a sack for Hayward, who got hurt. And Kindred picks off another pass. Greenberry, 2 interceptions and 2 touchdowns with 58% completion, while Alex Smith throws 5 touchdowns and no interceptions. Then on the ground, really poor production here from everybody. No one has a good average. Then for receiving, Humphries leads us in touchdowns, yards, catches. Defensively, for sacks, Bradley Hayward was in first place. Jamie Collins gets 1.5, Corey Legit as well, and then a few interceptions here. Now to set the practice squad, we'll put Bradley Byers on there. Not sure about running backs yet, I'll put Phillip Chamberlain there as well. We'll cut Vinny Brace, Dawson Williams, I might come back to him. Jaden Myles, I drafted him, but I just don't think he's going to be good enough. BJ Horton, really just speedy and can't go on the practice squad. We'll cut Zach Shirley. We'll put Philomore Schillens on there. Jordan Blankenship as well. I think we have enough depth at linebacker right now. Probably enough at defensive tackle. Duron Battle can go to the practice squad. Still have to cut 7 players though. Definitely not cutting Reggie McLaughlin here. I gotta get him on the field. I know he has superstar development, 89 finesse moves. It's not like Hayward played poorly though. He's been really good too. Once again, we're gonna go with just 3 running backs on the roster. Landrum can go to the practice squad. Hopefully won't get signed there. Then at receiver, I think I might stick with 6 if we can handle having 6. At tight end, I think I'm going to cut Jeff Hireman. He has slow development, and now he's 28. We're going to make room here for Silva. I don't want to put him on the practice squad because I think there's a chance that he would get signed, and I think he has a pretty good future there. Like, I've been looking for a tight end like him in Madden for many years, and it's hard to find a good run blocker like that. I wasn't expecting 80. I'm not sure, well, Njoku's not the best example, but who has an 80 run block at tight end? That's ridiculous. I like our defensive end situation so much, but we have so many players here. Tavares Hayden has superstar development. Then Bradley Hayward, he has slow, but he's been productive. Remember, 4 sacks in the playoff game. Reggie McLaughlin, also superstar. Then Christian Haynes has quick. And that's just one side. There's still Myles Garrett over here. And Dawson Graham, who's a 77. But maybe we start passing him up. I could probably put him on the trading block, honestly. We have too many middle linebackers, and I think I'm going to cut Navarro Bowman. We already have Jamie Collins as our veteran linebacker, and I don't want to cut somebody who is young and can still grow into a role. So a Bowman would be nice to have. We need to open up the roster spots. Then at safety, we don't need 6 safeties. That's a little excessive. I might cut Aaron Savage here because I like Trey Haynesworth, who's 22 years old. Savage is a little bit faster. Coverage is pretty close there, but I think I'm going to go with a younger player in this situation. Just got to make things work here for the roster. We're close to 53. I got Catanzaro back as the kicker. I could have signed Adam Vinatieri, but he has 80 kick power now, and I just don't want to deal with that if I jump into a game and have to watch him miss a 45-yard field goal. We have 10 offensive linemen on the team, and usually you see teams with 8 or 9. I have to make 2 more cuts. I think I'm going to cut Carter Drescher here because I don't think he'll develop into a starter. He has only 78 strength. I don't think his overall is going to go up very much anymore. So we're going to cut him to get down to 9 offensive linemen. We still have a backup tackle on the team here that we drafted, Kirk Wint, who could actually be a really good backup or even a starter one day. Well, we have to make one more cut. We will go without a fullback right now. We'll put Tank Barksdale on the practice squad instead, and now we're at a 53-man roster. There we go. Found a practice squad quarterback, 83 short, 76 medium. These aren't always the best quarterbacks that you can develop here. They have major holes in their game. So here is the depth chart entering this 4th season of the rebuild. I do have one little change here. Adam Humphries is wide receiver 4 instead of 3 because I really want to get Spencer Morris on the field. Same overall, much younger, better development, and already just outstanding ratings. He could overtake Corey Coleman even this year, I think. There's a good chance. Coleman has 80 route running, so Morris already has him beat there with 87 and quick development. So I think Morris is going to really ascend here on the wide receiver depth chart even further. Then for defense, I'm probably going to move Reggie McLaughlin to right end. He's backing up Myles Garrett right now. I hope I can get him some more snaps this year. I know it's kind of weird having a superstar guy on the bench, but we've had good defensive ends and we've gotten production there. We should get a lot of sacks, I feel. We have so many edge rushers. Defensive tackle is one of our weaker positions on defense. At linebacker, you can see Don Banks overall did go up when I put him at left outside linebacker. He still has time to develop as well, and he's been really productive. Travis Evans still at free safety. Derek Kindred, cornerback, is still the same, pretty strong there. Then for specialists, we have Catanzaro, Kaiser, and Jabril Peppers doing a lot of this work. So we opened this year against the Cincinnati Bengals, who just spent so much money on free agents. Let's just check out their roster. I want to see how much different it's gotten. Do they still have AJ Green? They have Joe Mixon, Tyler Eifert. They do have AJ Green at 33 years old. His skills are going down a bit, but he should still be really good. Still an 88 overall. They do have some familiar names on this team. Perry Adkins, wow. Really good tackle, 85 overall at 24 years old. They paid a lot of money to Mike Williams. He's pretty good, but they paid him a lot. Then they got Taylor Moton here, who's an 81 overall, and paid him a lot of money. What was that, like $6 million a year or something like that? Yeah, about that. It'll be pretty high in a few years too when his skills start going down due to regression. So, the Bengals, how are they going to be this year? They do have some pretty good players on here. The roster overall kind of looks good. Who's their quarterback? Oh, 77 overall, Bruce Hayden with quick development. All right. His ratings are kind of similar to like Mitchell Trubisky's accuracy ratings when he got into the game. Quick development though, 87 throw power. How about the rest of our rivals? Wow, I was not expecting that. Tariq Cohen, highest overall player on the Ravens roster. 88 overall. I wonder what he was when this began, because I know in the early rosters, the week 1 rosters, he was probably still normal development, I'd guess. But he has become their leading running back, has a lot of traits, and really good skills. I mean, the juke, agility, elusiveness, it's all awesome there. Carrying, did that go up? It did, 95. Then from there, Michael Pierce at defensive tackle, Justin Tucker, Tyron Hill left outside linebackers, an 88 overall at 23. Wow, that's a good pick. Braden Ward, We're finding some really good young players these teams drafted. This is outstanding. What about the Steelers? They still have Ben, Bell, Brown. They have Bell here at 99. Antonio Brown, DeCastro, Shazier, Watt, a 90 overall fullback. And Ben Roethlisberger, yes, he is still here, and the ratings are still really good. So now in the owner's box area, we have the Browns at 25th overall for value. Fan happiness is 19. Team success is only at 20. Not very popular. Staff is rated low. Number one stadium, though. We have a new stadium. We have to check that out this year. Concessions, we are middle of the pack. Merchandise, not doing well. And tickets, we're also middle of the pack. Do we open the year at home? Do we? We do. So I want to jump into week 1 in the next episode to see our new stadium and to see us open the year against the Bengals. Won't spend too much time in the game, probably like I did in the last episode. I showed a game, just kind of show a few drives. But I want to see that new stadium, and hopefully Anton Greenberry gets it together to start this season so we can get this thing back on track. Just want to edit some prices here. I'll put suites at 500. We'll put upper level at 50. We're going to kind of go expensive here. We just built a stadium. Got to make that money back now. So I'll up prices and see how that goes. It might be a little early for this. Let me drop mezzanine to 90 and upper to 45. I'll keep club and suites kind of high. But hopefully we start making a little more money here week to week. We really selling Alex Smith jerseys here, and he's selling more than Greenberry. The fans want Alex Smith to start. That's what that means to me. David Njoku selling jerseys, Jabril Peppers. Did defensive guys ever sell jerseys here? Come on. Memorabilia, Alex Smith signed footballs. We're gonna up the price on that. How about the Alex Smith jersey is cheaper though. Maybe that's something to do with it. 126K compared to 131K. So we're making more on Anton Greenberry jerseys. I'll drop his to 100. I'll drop Peppers to 100. Average price is 110. $8 for nachos seems a bit excessive. I'm not sure how loaded these nachos are. We'll go $7 there. Small pizza for $10. You can't put the word small in an item and then sell it for $10. That just doesn't work. $8 for a small pizza. If you're gonna sell it for 10, call it pizza. Don't call it small. No one's gonna want to pay 10 for that. Brownie Elf milkshake. That sounds like an $8 item to me. Then pulled pork 6. We'll keep it there. What about 3-star golden browns onion rings? We're gonna up that to 6. Friday night fried fish. Well, games are on Sunday, so if you're going to sell, a couple day-old fish, might want to go a little cheaper there. Great Lake cotton candy. Still have no idea why anyone buys cotton candy. There is no point to it. $5 for soda. Come on now. We're going $3. $3 here. $5 for fries. No, we're going 4. Hot dogs, 4. And peanuts, 3. I like cheaper food prices here. Wait, it won't let me. Oh, wait. Never mind. I'll look at the hot dog price. I was getting confused there. Okay. That is going to do it for this episode. Episode 12 of the Cleveland Browns 0-16 rebuild. Thank you all for watching and supporting the channel. Please leave a like and subscribe. We are on the road to 100,000 subscribers, and we're pretty close to 90,000 right now after being at like 75 or 76 not that long ago. Please leave your feedback down below in the comments. What do you think the Browns can do this year in the rebuild? And I'll see you all in the next episode. Have a great day, everybody.